Okay, so I think it normally would be a game that you would play in Meat Space, but um, they made a digital version of it. Okay, and all right, I'm gonna disable full screen. So, okay. So I will explain the Dresden files. You're not silly at all. It is it is about the a private detective in Chicago, Harry Dresden, who is a wizard. So I've never played this game. I've read all the books, well, through audiobooks, but that definitely counts. The James Marsters reading is the preferred method. But, alright, let's hit the tutorial. Welcome to Dresden Files Cooperative Card Game Tutorial. Just follow the instructions on these panels to learn how to play the game. Feel at any time like you got the hang of things or want to skip ahead to the showdown or return to the main menu, just click the gear on the upper right of the panel. Gotcha. Start with the end of the game. Really? Final stage of every game is called the showdown. Got it? In the showdown, you get a chance to roll dice to defeat foes and solve cases where you've already made progress. Very urban fantasy, yes. Showdown card shows the various rolling options that are available during Showdown and the respective pentagram costs. Each book has a different set of rules for the Showdown, so it's important to review when planning your strategy. We'll talk more about that when it comes time for the Showdown. For now, close the Showdown card. Okay, can do. First, let's take a quick tour around the table. These are your fate points, which we sometimes call FP, or pentagram. You spend fate when you play your cards. You recover fate points by discarding cards. Okay. This is Harry's hand. Each of your characters has a different one. Oh, the eldest Gruff is the greatest character. I agree, Bahamut. You can zoom in your hands either by using your scroll wheel or by clicking and holding. Try zooming on Harry's Soul Gaze. Great, now let's take a look at this card before we go back. Cool. Number of the blue decks, number of the fate points this card will cost to play. Okay, so this costs 5 pentagrams. Also get this number of fate points if you discard the card. Cool. Number in the middle is the number of clues, often denoted with a skull. This card will apply to a case. Factors of Harry Dresden makes you think of Disco Elysium. Yeah, they're kind of similar. One has magic powers. On an attack card, this will show the number of hits, which would be this thing instead. Number in the box indicates the number of dice that'll be added to this value. Okay, so 2 dice. Game uses fate dice, which have 6 sides: pluses, neutrals, and minuses. Number of the arrow is the range of the card, determines how far you can attack from the left side of the board. So 1. First column is range 1, second is 2, so on and so forth. Click anywhere. Each card represents your challenge: cases, foes, obstacles, and advantages. Alright. This counter tracks how many foes are left on the board. Okay. This counter keeps track of how many cases have been solved. None. To win the game, solve more cases than the number of remaining foes. That makes sense. These are Harry's allies. Number on the lower right is of each portrait and number of remaining cards in that ally's hand. Okay, so 4 cards. In a multiplayer game, these characters will be played by other players. Yes, this is a cooperative game, but it does have a single-player mode. However, in a solitary game like this one, you control all the characters. Okay. Click on Karen Murphy's portrait to open up her character in detail panel. Absolutely. You can see the character's special feature card, the stunt, and the talent. Alright. Stunt is a special card that can only be played once per game. Raw Determination. As your turn, flip this card over to collect 1 fate point for each foe with hits and each case with clues on it. When it's this character's turn, you can return this panel to play the stunt. So talent is a special card that activates every time you discard a card. Okay. This is a tabletop talk tab. Select this tab now. In a multiplayer game, you can find hints about other players' hands. Here, however, since it's a solitaire game, you're allowed to see every character's hand. Interesting. Close this panel. When everyone's done playing, Harry's player decides who goes first. Since you're Harry's player, that's me. Press the play button so we can get started. Okay, this should be interesting. Who's going to go first? Oh, sure, we'll select Michael Carpenter. He is the best character in the books. Michael Carpenter. Zoom on the obstacle, Three-Eyed Drug War to get a closer look. The obstacle is going to make it harder for us to roll well. We should make an effort to overcome it soon. Yep. A neutral becomes a negative on all dice rolls. Wow. Click anywhere. Select the blessing overcome in Michael's hand. In future, to deselect a card, you can just click it again. Cool. Notice the blessing has a range of only 2, measured from the left hand of the board. It can reach Three-Eyed Drug, range 2, but it cannot reach Morgan is Watching, range 5. Okay. Blessings cost a variable amount of fate. Click on the fate roll to roll the dice. Michael rolls 2-1. Once you roll the dice, you can no longer deselect it. Now select Three-Eyed Drug War to use Blessing to overcome it. Michael Carpenter uses Blessing to overcome Three-Eyed Drug War. Jared Kincaid, yeah. Kincaid is definitely interesting. Okay, Karen Murphy can go. As cards are removed from the board, the remaining cards will move to fill the empty space. This will help you reach targets that were out of range at the start of the game. Yep. Zoom in on Beer at Max to take a look at what it does. Interesting dialogue in the back room. Card draws are very rare in the game. Any opportunity to get one is a great boon. We should see if we have any way to take this card. Yep. Click anywhere. Active player draws 1 card and distributes 2 card draws among other players. Must be dangerous on the streets of Chicago today. We can use Karen's Kevlar vest to take beer at max as long as we don't roll a negative. Since it only costs 1 fate point to play that card, it's probably worth the risk. Select Kevlar vest. Roll for range. Result 2. Lucky roll. A neutral gives us a range of 2, so it looks like we go for that beer after all. Yay! Select beer at max. Karen Murphy uses Kevlar vest to take a beer at max. Yeah, you know, body armor is exactly what I want to use when I want to get a drink. There are 2 cards to distribute. Select 1 to 2 players to receive them. Selecting 1 ally will distribute both cards to that ally. Instead, we're going to distribute 1 to each. Select Harry and Michael. We're going back to Harry Dresden. Harry feels a bit nervous that Morgan is Watching card. Yep, let's zoom in and have a look. This obstacle is going to make our attacks more expensive. We should probably get rid of it before we attack our foes. Yep, all attacks cost an additional fate. Click anywhere. Unfortunately, it's a range of 5, which is hard to reach. Luckily, Harry's talent, Wizard PI, allows us to move an obstacle or an advantage one range in either direction. Oh. All he has to do is discard one card to activate it. Yeah. Since there's only one advantage left on the board, let's discard Venta Servitas. No valid targets, discard. Harry doesn't discard his Venta Servitas for 1. Discard for FP, you can move. Select Morgan's watching. Select Ritual Double Murder. Okay. Now it's up to Michael Carpenter. Michael Carpenter's talent, Holy Knight of the Cross, is very special. Has an impair range bonus for a future action. Let's use his prayer card to do this. Select prayer. Discard for fate. Holy Knight of the Cross, talent ready. And now Karen. It's time for Murphy to do some investigation. Select Street Sense. Select Victor is missing. When solved, adds 3 clues to who is the Shadow Man. Karen Murphy uses Street Sense to investigate Victor is missing for 3 clue points. Now it's Harry's turn. Harry's going to do some investigation too, but he's going to use a special card. So you're going to take a look at Consult with Bob. Oh, Bob. Bob is the greatest. Cards with a star on them have special rules. In this case, Bob is giving Harry clues about the whole lot of cases. Click anywhere. Select Consult with Bob. Select Victor is missing. Consult with Bob to investigate. Upper row for 2 clues. Okay. The icon for the on the lower corner is to remind us that Michael can use his range 2 bonus from Holy Knight of the Cross. Cool. We can use that range to use Fist of God to overcome Morgan's watching at range 4. Since this is a star card, let's zoom in and take a look at it first. Card adds bonus clues and fight to neighboring cards. Bad day for any foes who get in Michael's way. Yep. Click anywhere. Select Fist of God. Select Morgan is watching. Discard the fate card. Michael used Fist of God to overcome Morgan is watching. Nice. We're completely out of fate points. Looks like Murphy's going to have to discard. No more obstacles to overcome, so let's discard Murphy's badge. She must be in trouble. And discard this for fate. 1 badge for fate. Discard fate points, add a clue. Murphy's talent, special investigative and detective, allows her to add 1 clue to the case at the longest range when she discards. Since 2 cases are tied, she gets to choose which one receives the clue. Select who is the Shadow Man. Now Harry. We still don't have enough fate points to do much. Harry still has an overcome card that he doesn't need. The blue beetle must have broken down again. Yeah. Select the blue beetle. And delete it. Discard for red. You may move. Let's move a speed potion a little closer so Michael can take it. Okay. Should zoom in on speed potion so we can see what it can do. Kalshak is already at the end of his row, but drawing another card would always be great. Yeah, active player draws 1 card, immediately take another turn. You may move Kalshak to the furthest range. Click anywhere. Select Faith Protects. Take 1 advantage. Select Speed Potion. Michael should discard Family Man because he no longer needs it. His wife's not going to be amused. Oh God, no. Oh God, no. Mrs. Carpenter is the most dangerous person on the planet. Select Family Man. Discard for fate. Holy Knight of the Cross, ready. Yeah, let's discard In the Know, so we'll have plenty of stuff to play with. Discard for fate. Nice. Notice the C symbol on Victor is missing, and the C is on Who is the Shadow Man? Yes. That means something special. Let's zoom in on Victor is missing and see what it's all about. A symbol means a card has some kind of effect on another card. An A symbol containing the same letter appears on the cards that are affected. Okay. Click anywhere. Let's play Soul Gaze to solve the Victor is missing case, and watch the chain reaction with Who is the Shadow Man. As we discussed before, there's a dice roll on the number of clues that this investigation card does. So let's roll them bones! 4. Not bad. Select Victor is missing. Here doesn't use Soul Gaze to investigate Victor is missing for 4 clues. Nice. Case solved. Now it's time to try one of those special stunt cards. Click on Michael Carpenter's portrait to open up his character details. We can use Amaracus to hit a foe so hard it gets knocked into the end row. Nice. Use Stunt to try it out. And click on the giant scorpion. Now back to Karen. Let's try out Murphy's Stump. Click on her portrait. Raw Determination is great for covering a lot of fate points for the team. Nice. A whole lot of foes on the bottom row. Let's use Pyro Fuego! One effect, Kalashak because he's immune to damage, and Who is the Shadow Man is solved. Until Who is the Shadow Man is solved. Pyro Fuego. Select Marcone's Goons. Harry Dresden uses Pyro Fuego to attack the lower row for 2 points. Now we'll use Banish the Darkness to investigate is Marcone involved. For 3. Karen, we're getting low on fate points again. Let's discard Surprise Aikido move. Got 5 of those. Regret you gave away your Dresden Files books? Yeah, and there's a lot of them. Now it's time for her to use his Blasting Rod. Yay! As your turn, flip this card to deal 4 hits to any one foe that will be defeated by 1 to 4 hits. Select the giant scorpion. Goodbye. Select Kevlar helps. It does. Discard for fate. No. Let's zoom into detective work to see what the star is for. Oh wow, there's at least one case we can solve even if we roll a negative, so we'll definitely be able to take advantage of this special. Yeah. Click anywhere. Detective work. A plus. Now we can solve 2 cases at once. Nice. Who is the Shadow Man? Can you use detective work to investigate who is the Shadow Man? And is Malcolm involved? Select the rifle tunnel. No valid targets. No target for talent. Sanctified Strike. This is a dangerous roll. We could end up accidentally going to the showdown if we roll a plus for the magic cost. On the other hand, we're on the last round anyway, so let's live a little dangerously. Gamble paid off. Let's take a swing at Marcone's goons. Sanctified Strike to attack Marcoon's goons for 3 damage. Murphy, Interrogation. I'll discard for Fate for 4. Select It's Not My Fault, and discard. Uh-oh, looks like we're out of cards. If other characters still have cards you wanted to play, you could use the pass button. Passing costs 1 point, but sometimes it's the right choice. In this case, it looks like we're done with our hand, so let's go down to the showdown. Very fast-paced. Click on the shadow button at any time to view the game, to view the showdown card. Like we saw earlier, showdown card tells the various rolling options that are available during the showdown, their respective fate point costs. Take a look at card more closely now. Showdown for Stormfront has 3 options for adding clues to cases. 0 fate, no, 2, 4. Spending no fate points to roll 6 dice to add to the resulting number of clues. Spending 2 to roll 5 dice to add the result to plus 2 clues. Spending 4 to roll 6 dice to add the result to plus 3 clues. Options for adding hits to foes. Spending nothing to add the resulting number of hits. 1 to roll 5 dice and add the result to plus 1. 3, 5 dice, plus 2. You can only make 1 roll for each case with clues or foe with hits during the showdown. If a case has no clues or a foe has no hits on it, it's not eligible for a showdown roll. Yeah. A showdown roll will never remove clues from a case or hits from foe directly. If the total is negative, the roll has no effect. You can begin the showdown by clicking the button at the bottom of the card. Alright, showdown. Not be able to return the game once the showdown is started. Sure you want to proceed? Sure. It's time for the showdown! Welcome to Showdown. Each card is eligible for a showdown roll that'll have buttons above it showing the roll options for the showdown card. Got it. You only roll 1 of these options for a given card. If we can defeat 1 foe, it'll break the tie. True. Of all our remaining targets, Marcone's goons are going to be the easiest to defend since we only need to land 2 hits. Yep. Luckily, we have enough fate points to choose the best possible roll for Marcone's goons. We are 2 hit points from defeating Marcone's goons, and 2 5s will give us 50% chance of his victory. So let's roll the dice, see what happens. Team spends 3 fate points. You met victory conditions, still have fate points left. Continue to roll on the remaining cards, try for a better score. Got it. Team spends 2 to roll 5. You add 0 clues to ritual double murder. Victory! Helpless friend, Harry was victorious. Hooray! Game log. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna try one. I imagine I am going to not do well. So I've unlocked all of the bonus content, so I've got all the way up to Battleground unlocked. So let's do Blood Rights. That one's a fun one. Difficulty Apprentice sounds really good. Start with an extra card? Yeah. Insulting Costume. Lash's Gift. Ooh, interesting. Winter Night Harry. Interesting. Random characters. We'll do standard issue Harry Dresden. Who are we gonna bring with us? I think we are going to bring Billy and Georgia, and we're gonna bring Mouse. Oh, or do I want to bring Waldo? Yeah, let's bring Waldo, Butters, and Mouse. That sounds good. Ready to start? Let's start this game. Blood Rights. For Harry Dresden, there have been worse assignments than going undercover in the set of an adult film. Since there's still more trouble than usual about his new case, the film producer believes he's the target of a sinister curse. But it's the women around him who are dying. Harry's even more frustrated because he only got involved this bizarre as a favor to Thomas, his flirtatious, self-absorbed vampire acquaintance of dubious integrity. Thomas's personal stake in the case, Harry can't quite figure out. But Harry's about to discover that Thomas's family tree has been hiding a shocking revelation that will change his life forever. Aldous Gruff isn't selectable? No. Showdown at Wraith Estate. Time to prepare. Now is a great time to examine the table. Form a plan of attack. Select a character portrait to view their cards. When you're ready to begin, simply click the large flashing arrow on the bottom lower right of the screen. So I've got Fusari, Pyrofuego, Private Investigator, Soul Gaze, the Blue Beetle, Ventus Servitas, and the Rifotumi. Forensic Pathologist and Eureka. Oh, very OP. When discard for fate points, you remove one hit from the foe with the most hit points on you do. If you do, add 2 clues to any one case. Interesting. As you flip this card over, add 1 clue to all cases that have at least 1 clue. Okay. Mouse. Foo Dog. When you discard for fate points, you may choose 1 player to discard 1 card. If that player discards a card, you may choose 1 player to draw 1 card. Must be the same player or yourself. Double Dog, Warning Bark. As your turn, flip this card over to turn another stunt card from the used side to the unused side. Okay, interesting. Ebenezer's Vendetta. Cannot take Hired Kincaid or get out of Ebenezer's, get help from Ebenezer's advantages. Well, luckily I don't have either of those. Interesting sound effects. Entropy Curse. Until the obstacle is over, players cannot use their stunts. Yeah. Lord Wraith. Cannot receive hits until Lord's Wraith weakness is solved. Okay. So we've got Hire Kincaid, Alliance with Lara, Hydrate. Absolutely. Okay. Who will go first? Let's stick with Waldo. Okay, that just needs 11 clues. So Yeah, very interesting sound effects. Yep, there we go. We will roll the dice. Result 1. Use forensics to investigate where is Marva hiding. Okay. Mouse's turn. Claw, claw, bite. Take him down. Prick up your ears. The nose, nose. Temple guardian. Watchdog. Play with Mister. Oh my god. Aww. That is the most adorable picture ever. I've not read the comic books, but oh my gosh. So it only has a range of 1. So I'm going to hold back on that. So how about I get rid of... Oh, no. Watchdog to overcome Ebenezer's vendetta. Yes. And we will use Soul Gaze. Get another 5 there. Okay. And I think you should be able to... No. Okay. How about we get rid of that? Bye, Blue Beetle. Yeah, let's move that one closer. No problem. Have to take care, Travis. You as well. Okay. So 3. Okay, all of those cards have been taken care of. No valid targets. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna get rid of that one. And you can draw a card. Ventus Servitus. I'm taking advantage. Good. Okay, solve the case. Good. No valid targets. Yeah. That one's just expensive. Higher Kincaid, okay. Oh, select a card from my discard. I think I want to get back Soul Gaze. We'll get rid of Research Party. Discard, you may remove one hit. Okay. Oh, no thanks. Yeah, let's discard that. Okay. Result 3, nice. Yeah, why don't you reactivate your stunt? Okay. And we'll discard Poke will never die. Attack you. Solve another case. Good. Discard that. Oh, yeah. Insufficient fate. Okay, we'll just get rid of that. Get help from Ebenezer. Good. Sure you want to discard Eat Mister's food? Sure. Blasting Rod taking out. Okay, let's showdown. I'll be able to turn the game once the showdown starts. Let's start. Hell's bells. Harry just can't catch a break. Better not luck next time. Okay. Well, I'm not good at this game, but I suppose if I play it a bit more, it might be interesting. Let's see who's up and about right now. Anyway, yeah, let's send everyone over to Crescent XG. That sounds like a good time. Anyway, thanks all, and tomorrow we'll be, going back to, Outer Worlds. Have a good one, folks.